All right, we are in Covington, Kentucky. Red Jail was the front row report. I've got Rob from Psychostick. Man, thanks for taking time tonight. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
You guys are on the CD release tour. Just released the new album just recently, Revenge of the Vengeance, 4th record. It's a really long record, too, a little bit longer than the last tour. Talk a little bit about writing this record and what you really wanted to do with it.
Well, it's really hard to kind of just go back and remember what we were going through. It's like, we want a new album, and we always try to push the envelope a little bit more. Try to do it. Try not to suck as bad. Try to be better at it. It's really, we were just like, all right, let's. The biggest thing about this new album is that we try to up the comedy more,
right?
Focus more on that. This might sound a little pompous, but I think we got the music thing down pretty well, and the comedy thing has always been like, kind of a roller coaster. We wanted to kind of nail that,
right?
And I think we finally have, after 14 years of being a band, we finally started to nail it. So. That's finally coming together, and I think from here on out, like, we've finished the studio so we can put out more music.
Nice.
More frequently, I hope, unless we get lazy, which could happen, so don't hold me to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Josh and I were just talking, and we feel like it's probably musically the strongest record you guys have done yet.
Thank you. Thanks.
All together. Hey, Josh, what's going on? And then comedically, I really think that you guys have evolved and come along really well in that as well. A couple of songs were already released. Dogs Like Socks, Obey the Beard. Was that something you wanted to put on the new record initially, or was that something kind of the last minute you decided to throw on there?
Well, we knew that Obey the Beard was going to be on there. I think the biggest reason we did Dogs Like Socks on there is because more of an association thing. It's like Dogs Like Socks was kind of an enigma. We didn't expect it to do that well. It was just this goofy little, all that footage is shot from an iPhone. Like it was like, dogs, and we wanted to kind of connect our band, because when we put it out there's a couple of mistakes that we made with the video. Our band name is nowhere on the video, so that was probably the biggest mistake. And like Josh calls me like the day it started going viral. He's like, it's going viral, and our band name's not on it. And I'm like, oh. So
you didn't think it was gonna do
right, but we were normal, and everything we've done up till then has our band name on it. And, just the one time something goes really viral, we're just not prepared. So. Yeah, we were very ill-prepared. So part of what we're doing is like, okay, this is our song. We want everybody to know that Psychostick did this song, so people will may hopefully take the time to look a little bit more into the band. So that was kind of why Dogs Like Socks is on the album. Right. Obey the Beard was already going to be on there, because like, this is a new song, going to be on the new album. And there you go.
Okay, cool. And a lot of the albums, you have Sandwich, obviously food oriented. This one's set up a lot like a movie. You got the trailer at the beginning, you got the trailer in the middle of it, which I think is a really cool idea. That took me completely off guard. And then Digital Time Portal confused me at first, because it started with Welcome to the Show, and I'm like, that's funny, that's awesome.
Yeah, a little like poke at the old album.
Where did the idea come to do it like a movie, with a trailer in the beginning, trailer in the middle, and then at the end you save the world, kind of?
A lot of it was organic and dynamic, but the original concept is like, okay, this is like our 4th actual full-length album. We kind of want to give it a sequel feel. Okay, let's. A sequel came up in the conversation, and then we started tossing ideas around.
Okay,
and that's what ended up happening.
And like I forgot who said it, something like, dude, what if we had a trailer for a movie a trailer for tracks coming up in the album itself?
And then we all laughed really hard, and it made sense.
So that has to happen.
Yeah.
And then
stupid and awesome.
And Dimensional Time Portal just happened to work out because we had a fan that one of the perks for the campaign, the Indiegogo campaign, was that we'll write a song about whatever you want. And this guy took the perk and he said, write a song about haunted panties from another dimension that make women prude. And we're like, okay. how do we do this? And like we ended up doing this like movie like skit song. And it was really tough too. I'd never done anything like that before. It made me do some weird stuff.
Some really complex songs.
Yeah, it's the hardest song I've ever done and recorded. I recorded our album, just so anyone's unaware. And so I do all the engineering shit. And that song I was doing stuff I'd never done before. I was like sticking mics in front of speakers and with weird sound effects and like doing some Star Wars sound effects, that kind of shit. And it was really fun. But yeah, we're like, this would work perfect since we got a movie thing going to be the climax of the album, the end of the album. So that's what it is. We save the world. And then you have to hear the album to find out what happens after that.
Right. Speaking of movies, you got the Bruce Campbell, which Bruce has endorsed now, from what I can see.
Yes. He approves of the song.
Which, I mean, that had to have been unexpected. What was that like when you saw Bruce approves of the Bruce song?
We kind of freaked out a little bit. We're a bunch of fanboy nerds, and we just kind of like, ah! So, yeah, we flapped our arms around and did little dances. I think it's great. I mean, I wish I could have been there to see his reaction. I wish I'd love to just talk to the guy and be like, okay, so do we creep you out? I mean, what's going on? So I don't know. It was awesome, and I hope that we one day will get to have some dialogue with the guy.
That would be awesome. That's something you guys have been talking about doing for a while. I read an interview with you, Josh, where you said that you talked about doing a song about Bruce for a while, and then one of the fans for the Indiegogo campaign brought it up.
Right.
And so why didn't you do it before?
Well, we have so many song ideas. It's just when I was like, yeah, that'd be cool to do something about Bruce someday.
Yeah. The thing is, everybody in our circle, in our inner bit, like the band guy and Murph, who's our director,
right,
and a few other people. We're all super creative types, so ideas are constantly being shotgunned out, constantly. Right. And then we're like. So we're like trying to juggle all these ideas, and we finally have a system. I think we have them organized.
Nice.
But that was one of them that came out like a few years ago. It was like, Bruce Campbell, put it in there, and it's so many ideas, and we're like, we can finally do this, you know.
For every one song we make, there's like 50 song ideas that don't get made. You know, so
so let that be reassuring to the fans out there. There will never be a lack of ideas for content or songs, or whatever.
I'd imagine there's a lot of ideas because, like we talked about earlier, it's probably the longest record you guys have put out yet.
No,
Sandwich was actually long.
Was it?
Sandwich
was it long?
Sandwich filled the entire disc.
Really? I thought it was shorter by like a song or two.
No,
there's less tracks, but the actual length.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the length.
That's what I'm thinking.
Sandwich is very skit heavy.
Yes.
And where this one is like more just straight to the point.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. And the Indiegogo campaign, was that something you guys had wanted to do for a while? Or was that something that's like, let's do Indiegogo for this one? Because a lot of bands are doing it now.
I got to be honest. I don't really like doing fundraisers, and not because I don't like interacting with the fans or anything like that. It's just that I don't like going, we need money.
Right, it looks like you're...
I don't... That's not something I'm big on. I know that the other guys are kind of on the same page with that. We've done it a couple of times before.
Well, that's why we did it for the studio, so that we have someone record and don't have to do another fundraiser again, and we could just be like, thank you, and now we're set, and we are. We've got a place we can record music anytime we want, so thank you, fans. You guys are awesome.
Exactly, and... Yeah, so hopefully we won't have to do anything like that again. I'd like to say that was our last one, but you never know.
Right.
But with the studio, we have, I guess, I wouldn't say infinite, but we have endless possibilities for putting out new songs.
More little skit videos.
Right, exactly. We can get up at 4 a.m. and be like, I want to write a song, and then we just do it. And there's it's recording right now. Okay, done.
Right, and the webisodes that you guys came out with leading up to the record were just priceless.
Thank you.
Like when Alex died. And then you resurrected him. So it was just awesome.
That was one thing that we do need to do. It was supposed to be a trilogy. We had, and the third one never got finished because we got so busy.
Right.
Like when the deadlines for the album started coming in, I was like, oh no, we gotta hurry. And then we just became a stress ball, and then we got it all done.
Right.
And we're like, oh man, we need to finish that.
Yeah.
And we have a billion other video ideas too, and so it's yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot we want to do. And
luckily, the stress is over now for the most part. At least creating the album.
Yeah.
Now you guys are just on the road all the time again.
Yeah.
So.
And the road is its own fun stress ball in its own way.
But it's definitely nice to shift gears. Like, it's nice to have that thing done that we've been working on for a year.
Right.
And build a studio to do too. Like, this has been the busiest year I've ever experienced. I didn't know it could be this busy. Like, after the studio, we started building that. Like, when we turned our album in and we got done with the tour we were on, like, came back home and I had the first day off. I was like, today is my day off. I ain't doing shit. Don't call me. Don't email me. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't even breathe the oxygen to the room I'm in because I want a break. That was like I think it was in September was when we got back from that tour. Yeah, it was pretty much go all year. So I'm glad to be done with it.
Well, the general plan now is to kind of just chip away at the next one. Like, we have a ton of ideas for the next one already. And instead of like doing it all in a month or something, we're just gonna let's write this one and record it and then put it on the back burner and then come back. You know, like we have a better plan.
We have several songs we wanted to do that didn't have time to get to on this album.
Right.
Like, and we already have a good start on those. So we're like, well, we already kind of have started on the next one. Nice. So, and we'll just keep. We got a studio. We can just keep recording as we want. You know, so.
Nice. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the show tonight.
Thanks.
Again. So thanks for taking time, guys. I appreciate it.
Sure, no problem, man.